teams hoping to head into the offseason feeling the momentum of a victory in the Xbox Bowl. It's the Wyoming Cowboys and the Ball State Cardinals. Reese Davis along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. We'll hear from Holly Rowe in a bit down on the sideline. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up in this bowl game. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Cowboys offense will start this game off with the football. And Jesse, the man in the backfield today, not necessarily a superstar. They'll just try to have him grind out the tough yards when they need it.
He needs to be solid in this game. He doesn't need to be a Heisman Trophy winner today for them to win, but he has to get the yards when they present themselves. Take what the defense gives him, and you cannot turn the ball over.
No, you got to hold on to that rock, but it would be nice. I think this offense would really open up with some more consistency at this spot. Now, a running back they can really depend on. He becomes that guy. If he can grow into that, this offense can take that next step.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Harris. Turning it on. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
Might as well give it to him again. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Going with the counter play here. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Quick release by the QB. Looking for room at the 30. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
The Cowboys come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Makes the catch. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And that was the perfect play call, throwing the slant against the blitz. There's one less guy in coverage because they're bringing an extra guy after the quarterback. So QB gets it out quickly, throws it out in front of his target. He's able to catch it, and not just that, he's able to advance it for an explosive play.
Gonna run it. It's Harris. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And they said to us in the meetings leading up to this football game, really wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, run the football. First drive, this is exactly what they're doing. They're getting what they want. This defense has to get better at the point of attack.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Pulls it on the option. And he gets nothing. And this defense is not giving an inch right on the goal line.
After getting stopped on that second down, don't be surprised if the offense hands it off to him again here at the goal line on third.
And they've been able to get within 2 yards. Now will they try to throw it in for the score? They'll run it here on 3rd and goal. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short.
And this was looking like such a promising opening drive in the game. They had it down close. They tried to run the ball there on 3rd down, didn't get it. So now it's decision time for the head coach. Do you want to pay this thing off and go for it, get aggressive here, trying to capitalize to score a tutty on the first drive of the game?
Dropping back, it's Hughes. Pistols firing, touchdown Cowboys! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I love the aggressiveness early. Love that they went for it on 4th down. They punch it in. They get the 7. And here's the thing, Palmer. I love the aggressiveness. When you start to get those goal-to-goal situations, the defense now, even if they get a stop, they got to go the whole length of the field against my squad. Love people that go for touchdowns instead of field goals down here.
Well, I think the offensive line also helps the head coach make that call, knowing that he can trust these guys to get it done. These guys are battle-tested. A lot of these players have been in big games and played in big moments. So here you are early in this situation. Let's roll the dice. Let's capitalize on this and trust those big fellas to get it done.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. They put together an 81-yard drive, and it was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Ball State's offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And this sophomore wide receiver is a playmaker. He's worked his way into this passing attack, and the coaches are very pleased with his progress.
It's pretty amazing when you watch this offense because they're not very talented. They're average, quite honestly, a lot of spots, except the guy at wide receiver, David. He is elite. And today on offense, everything should go through him.
And when you've got one of those guys, you've got a chance, right? One guy that puts fear in the defense. And I love that we continue to see guys have real success at smaller levels, right? It's not just the power 4. These are guys that end up getting plucked and go to the next level. You can still be a burner and still have that great speed and route running and develop. And this guy has, and he is one of the best players on he actually is the best player on this team, and he is option number 1 for the squad.
Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. On the run, it's Horton. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Right back to it. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Bringing the heat. He gets away. Tried to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play.
Great job by the defense there. First off, getting pressure initially and then forcing him outside the pocket. After that, excellent effort. All eyes on the quarterback, and you see the speed this defense has. They're going to be putting a lot of heat on this guy throughout the game.
The kick is on its way. Going to field this one in tight quarters. And the returner will be brought down. The Cowboys come out to get this drive started. Back to throw, it's Hughes. Bought a little time, lets it go. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll run the option. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback, somebody has to have the pitch, and most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let it go. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
He'll field the punt and see what he can get. No, he got loose. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Get it out on the screen. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the 1st down.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Now the play fake. Pocket breaking down. He's sacked. This defense all over him.
They tried to go play action, but that did not affect the defensive tackle. He was bull rushing his guy, collapsing the pocket, and he comes away with a sack.
The Cardinals trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Pulls it in. It's Horton. Oh, he's got some space. He'll be out of bounds. Good pickup on that play, and we're at the 2-minute timeout. And the Cardinals have it with a 1st and 10. Running inside. It's Horton.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
So now it's 2nd and long. They'll keep it on the ground. Powers through the defender. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Great running backs consistently make people miss, and he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, and to the next, and to the next. The offensive line going to have to do a lot better job, giving him some more space so he can get out in the open field and make some plays for this offense.
And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
The Cardinals decide to punt it away. That last punt basically flipped the field. They'd like to do it again. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the 1st down. The Cowboys will use their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Dropping back, it's Hughes. They get to him as he throws. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. Looking to throw for it. Here's a hit. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And the Cowboys will call on their punt team. That last howitzer was nice. How about another one just like it? Oh, look at this thing. They may need a flight attendant on that one.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield, and now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anyway.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, many thanks. Happy to provide a break in the action to kind of pour over exactly what has transpired so far. This offense just continues to find a way to make big plays. No death by 1,000 cuts today. They are consistently gaining chunks of yardage, and it's reflected there on the scoreboard. Either way, it's time to find out. Back to the best in the biz for the start of this 3rd quarter.
The Cowboys will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. And they're trailing on the scoreboard right now, but they are very much in the mix to finish this season with a bowl win.
Yeah, and I think you look at bowl games, sometimes there's a little bit of rust in the first half. That's what you talk about at halftime. Now, we get the ball, we're down. Let's go make a statement to start this second half. We're here, we're ready, and we're going to do some damage.
And here's the thing. They're in this bowl game because they're explosive on offense. It takes only one play. There's still lots of football left to be played. If they get this confidence going, they get into a rhythm, watch out.
They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. The RPO, it's complete. Still running at the 40. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
On the run, it's Horton. Made a defender miss. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
A A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And how about the strong safety on that blitz? Great job timing it and also getting to the quarterback. Sometimes you're going to have to negotiate around tight ends and running backs, and that strong safety, he just beelined into the backfield.
And the Cardinals will punt this one away. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Quick completion to the right. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Third and 6 yards to go. To throw, it's Hughes. Lets it fly. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Offense couldn't get anything going in rhythm there. They're just trying to give themselves some space. Couldn't come up with a completion on 3rd down. Looks like they're going to be punting.
And the Cowboys will line up to punt it away. Showing some serious leg strength on that boomer. Here's the return. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Makes the grab. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
They've got a 3rd down and manageable from right around midfield. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He's got 1st down yardage as they move it to the 44. The period has expired and Wyoming has the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So 1st down will open up the final period. To the ground, he's got it again.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Got 6 on first down, now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Looking for a crease, it's Horton. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
Personal foul.
When you're trying to protect the lead, you just simply cannot have a personal foul penalty at this stage in the game. Oh, they're after him! And down he goes! The defense bringing the heat.
Well, the offense is trying to go bootleg play action that time, but it had no chance because the defensive end won so quickly at the line of scrimmage. He was able to get in the backfield. He smothered the quarterback so fast for a sack.
The Cardinals with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Motion from the wide receiver. Going to the ground. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27. Third and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here, just don't take a negative play. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range.
Third and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, and we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
And the Cardinals send out the punt unit. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. Quick release on the RPO. The Cardinals decide to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Hammers his way across the 10, picks up 4 to the 11. Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He'll be stopped at his own 23-yard line, but he's got enough to move the chains and pick up the first down. The Cardinals will now use their final timeout. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. Grabbed in the middle, it's Holman. The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. The Cowboys with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll go to the counter. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short gain.
Gotta love the way the defense is playing here on this drive. Down in the game in the fourth quarter. They're expecting run, and they're getting stops these last 2 snaps. If they can get a big play here, they've got an opportunity to get off the field and probably get pretty good field position to put their offense in a position to maybe go score.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. He's got enough for the first down. That ought to do it and should send this team into the offseason feeling good about winning a postseason game.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy late in games that you know you can trust. Game on the line, just need to get 1 first down. And Palmer, they could run it, they could play it safe, but they give it to their dude, and he delivers.
And that's a play that they can run in their sleep, too. Something they practice all week long. They carry it in their playbook each and every week. It's a good play call because you're dialing up something that all 11 guys know in the back of their hand. And they go out and get the execution needed to win this game.